We are here to win. Now understand one thing, this whole business, there are IBOs and then there are leaders. Every business, every sports is driven through leaders. Okay, we call them the pillars of the business. If you really look into the entire BWW organization, there are millions of people, but driven through few leaders. And they're sitting right in here, and some of them, in the emeralds and the platinum section. So your idea in this business is not to just sponsor people, but also to find out who are the people who can really take the baton and run. That's how this business goes from generation to generation. When Bill Britt talked about that he was, out of commission for, few months, the business didn't take a dip because he has leaders. Okay, and that's exactly what you are building right now to look at it. And I can tell you one thing, it's just like how many people who go for grocery shopping? A lot of people who go for grocery shopping. And you pick up those, when you pick up apples or watermelons and oranges, do you just pick up anything which comes in front of you? Okay, take it. No, I see people like take it, look at it, okay. Sometimes, during this summertime, I went to buy watermelon. Some people really look and press here and there. I don't know. I mean, I just pick it up, put it there. Okay, because if it's something like little mushy, you don't take it. Right? Same way, I mean, I'm not saying that you are watermelons, but, some of you may be like, but, understand that, when you are picking up your leaders in the business, you really have to go through a little bit of selection process. You have to identify, what to see in people to really make sure that you have an organization of people, or not just organization of IBOs. Because any signature can make somebody an IBO. But that doesn't mean that your business will move forward with that. And those are the things which we will talk about right now. Because understand, right now you are, basically this is a reality show. Actually, there is a camera going on all over the place. And we, in the backstage, looking at those, they are not only focusing on speakers, but on the IBOs. And we see some of the traits of the people while they are listening and watching and doing whatever the thing is, because that's what we call is people are watching and seeing that, this couple or this person can be really taking the baton and running with the next team. So let's talk about that. So I want to give it to Suparna. She will talk a few of those, and then I will come back and talk some more. Okay, here is Suparna.
Hello everyone, it's just simply wonderful to see all the upcoming diamonds who are sitting here in this Coliseum. How many of you feel like that? Well, we are all waiting for you, but I know there are a lot of you who are here for the first time, and then everybody's goal I know here is to move on to platinum, at least for those of you who are not platinum as yet. And I remember that when we were, going on to platinum, when we were moving on to emerald and diamond, and how were we, looking at some of the people and knew that these are the people in our team who are going to be moving on to platinum. And I was just, doing a reflection of all the platinums and up that we have in our team. And I was thinking, what are some of the things that we were actually looking for? The first and foremost, we were not looking for people who are going to be, perfectionists or was doing everything, 100% or getting a 10 on 10 on everything. We were basically looking for people who were willing to do the work. We were looking for people who didn't need guidance on a day-to-day basis, every day asking, what do I need to do now? They had a little bit of an intelligence of their own, and they knew, what they had to do. Secondly, we were looking for people who were willing to move on. They were hungry for information. They were asking questions and, on regular basis on a counseling mode, and not people also who were making excuses all the time. There will be people who will be making excuses, and there will be people who will be figuring out that no matter whatever problem happens, they will have a solution. They have a goal to move on in this business. They have a willingness to take responsibility of the team, even if their team consists of just a few, handful of IBOs right now. They are willing to be thinking independently and taking responsibility of going out there and creating volume. And, they necessarily don't have to be reminded every month or every week about doing their personal volume. They know that they have to do their Eagle volume. They know they have to go out there and, make those SAM sessions and create that retail volume. You're looking for people who are willing to come in early and willing to, go home late. Even though we have a schedule that the function starts at this time and it ends at this time, but you will see that there are some people who are willing to come in a little early. There are some people who will be willing to, hang out late. And I'll tell you that we were, IBOs like that we always like to come early and, leave late. And so that, maybe our upline is going to give us some more, nuggets, because that's where we actually build that friendship and relationship with our uplines. Willing to come to the associations without constantly being reminded. You know, how many of you show up at the open meeting, PACE meeting, and the BBSs and all that different events that are there, part of the BWW team, without your upline constantly having to remind you? You know, willing to go that extra mile. And for those of you who have already identified those upcoming IBOs in your team, whom you know they are going to be our upcoming platinums, you know, guide them and be the GPS for them. So we are just waiting for all of you to come and join us at Diamond Club, and here is TD.
All right, guys. Okay, let me tell you some of the stuff which I look for leaders. How do I know some of the people in this FED will go back and really do something about it? Okay? And the way I look into it, first I look at people's, you know, there are something called charisma. Okay? Now, I call 5 C's. Charisma means who makes a good impression, like a likable person. I try to see somebody by looking at the dress code, you know, who takes a little bit more time to dress themselves to come to meetings. That means they're serious. They didn't just show up in an open meeting or a PACE meeting and whatever they were wearing, crumpled shirts or something like that. So those are my first, you know, like a charisma, okay, likability. Then I look at people's physical energy. Okay, right, are you just sitting there? Or you are making some impact? You have your camera with you. You know, you are running, you know, you're not just sitting there with a recorder right there, you know, recording. You don't even know whether something is recording. When you go back, whoa, like this is happening. I mean, those are the type of things. Are you doing it just because you want to impress that you have a recorder? I mean, are you running to see the speakers? Are you running to see the new diamonds? Are you with your camera? Are you taking your group and trying to find your upline and take pictures with them? That's what all these platinums and emeralds and diamonds did. Or you're just sitting there, don't bother me. I mean, I'm just, you know, day one is singing, dancing and everything. Because, you know, this is how you attract people. You know, when you bring your bus to the function, it should not look like an ambulance. You know, like people were coming out, you know, like this. Have you seen sports team? You know, everybody says, I want to bring 2 buses to the function. Some of you, you know, they come out of the hotel, I mean, where did I come? See, those are the type of things. You know, you are looking for people with chemistry. You know, they can get along with people. I'm looking at people who can create, basically what is leaders? Who can create followers? I'm looking at people where, you know, even if you're 1,000 people, if you're new today, how many people, you know, you can have a little bit of that camaraderie you can set up. That's what we are looking for. We are looking for people with character, who acts with integrity. Does he have reputation to keep the word? Okay, I'm looking for people with competence. Okay, I'm looking for people with a little bit of competence. You know, Kanti always says that he gives a little work, maybe a hosting in the PACE meeting, maybe in the cover dish, maybe the open meeting or something, or maybe a security, and see how he's handling that. Those are little leadership traits which we look at people. You know, people who are not complainers, they're contributors. Okay, that's one of the things. You know, they always try to find solution. Like this guy came and said, oh, the grand opening is done. So what do I do with the next person? You cannot do grand opening 2 times with the same person. I said, okay, you know, find out. You know, maybe talk about you know, like whatever, like customer appreciation day or something. Then he said, oh, this guy wants to quit. I said, doesn't matter. You know, just do it like everything must go, you know, sale. Okay, under new management, whatever. I mean, do something. Okay, I am looking for people with mental toughness. That's the most important part. And also I'm seeing people who respect, they edify the system, edify the leaders. They have respect for peers. They are not just me type of person, but they're always talking about the reason I'm here is because of the system. And we are here because of the system, the BWW system. We love you guys. We want to see you at the next function with a huge team, with a huge bus of your team.